Last time on True Bedrock, well, I almost started a prank war and there's been a lot happening since, but I also have begun construction on my very first shop. And if you watch that episode till the end, you know full well that that shop will have some secret stuff to it. And here's the thing, we never actually got into the secret stuff. So today, I'm all too happy to welcome you to not just a log shop of mine, but also to the beginning of the black market on Truly Bedrock. Now the plan was pretty simple. I'm lying, the plan was actually pretty complicated. We'd use a wood shop with a pretty alright price for logs as a cover for a much cheaper wood shop under the ground that you can only get to if you solved one of my riddles. And we'll have to make secrets on secrets if we want to pull this off. But first, of course, we'd have to finish the official part of the shop. So here's the design I ended up with. I am a master builder, I have accomplished tube. Congratulations, we have put a square into a circle. It's called architecture, look it up. This is the one, okay. See, I want you to be like, oh wow, Sloy opened the wood shop and there's only one chest and it has like, and then you go like, oh, he's up to his shenanigans again. So you go into the painting and there's a second secret passage behind the painting. So you're like, hi Smith. Every time I see Smith, he's in... See, this. Like, it doesn't take... There is an open door here. And he still took the painting. Immediately. People aren't stupid. People know that there are secret passages in paintings. I like the idea that you come in and you go, wow, this shop is way smaller than I thought it would be. Once again, planting the idea that there's a secret passage somewhere in here. Because you look at this giant thing, right? And you go... Huh, that's a big shop. And then you come in and there's like one chest, prompting you to immediately go, oh, he's on his crap again. Dramatic rain aside, it is actually a really cozy area. I don't know why I meant to do this like butterfly design in the back. I just really felt like it's kind of cool. But we have the chest with spruce, 2 diamonds per stack, which people have already been buying out, despite, well, this not really being the real price, if you know what I'm talking about. We got this overgrown pot plant growing upwards, spreading down the mangrove, which of course I've been low-key farming every time I have some bone meal, because I do actually want to sell mangrove later, as it is a pretty, like, little favorite wood of a lot of people on the server. There's the support holding the lights, but of course it wouldn't be me if we didn't also have quite an interesting secret to it. Because you see, if you just run up to this painting, I think I've run up to the wrong painting, honestly. Yep, you get to Mario 64 yourself through the wall. Both of these paintings are, by the way, the new ones that they added in the latest update, and I'm so happy with them, to be completely honest. I actually really like, at least like this one, it really looks painted and oily, and I like that it depicts all the items that are actually like in the game. But that aside, if you just leap into it, you get into this secret room. And you get a design that will be familiar to you if you've seen my videos before. And, you know, if you haven't seen my videos before, you probably immediately are gonna see this painting and try and jump into it. And yeah, you will succeed. There's nothing in here, but you will succeed. I'm having way too much fun, like, just doing environmental storytelling and, like, creating things for people to kind of enjoy. But you will be wondering, what is the deal with this wall and, you know, why is it here? How does it tie into anything? Well, the idea is that it is actually resembling one of the 2 secret tomb rooms that I've created. Secret tomb number 2 naturally being on top of my house, which, you know, is where the parkour test kind of leads. And this secret tomb number 1 actually resides down below under Aladrian's house in a secret passage in his little water feature. You can find it in this here room, and yep, that's pretty much the exact same face that this wall is making. Eye, and a mouth leading to a secret tomb number 1. So why would that be resembling each other? Why would this be the case, you know? Well, that's because my plan is to make it so that if you have secret tomb number 1 on you, you can actually open up that wall somehow. And by somehow, I mean via redstone. And by via redstone, I mean... Yeah, okay, let's go. We actually still have to develop that. So, what we want here is actually essentially just a key kind of feature. We drop a key into the system opens the door and also drops the key back out, because we do need to return the key to the people entering. We don't actually want them to have to go run and grab a new tome. So this is pretty simple, but also like kind of complicated. First and foremost, we will need a default regular Minecraft item filter, which only triggers when, you know, some sort of a item, the right kind of item passing through the hopper. So we have the hopper here, we throw a diamond down it, as you can see the system triggers. This is the basic circuit you want if you want to build an automated shop. This is the basic circuit you want if you are building your own sorting system. This is one of my favorite things ever. I ripped it off of Impulse SV. He developed it like 5 years ago or something. But we need to attach to it a couple more systems just to, you know, figure this out. For one, obviously, we need to return the key back to the player. So we are gonna be using droppers, and we are gonna be funneling some materials back into those droppers, and down here we're gonna be triggering those droppers to actually fire off. Just out of curiosity, look at that! This is actually pretty cool. Diamond goes in, diamond goes out. Diamond goes in, diamond goes out. We're not really spending anything, we're just triggering the system for the sake of triggering the system. And if we add a kind of a pulse extender on this side of the thing, and then pretend that this iron door is the door that we need to activate, then everything starts to really adding up, doesn't it? Diamond goes in, door comes out, we can pass, if we can make the timing naturally. Diamond goes there, diamond comes out, and the door, I think I would use it on the competitors, everyone. Okay, this is actually irrelevant because I got a much better solution for how to keep the door open for the passerby. And it's much more rudimental, don't get me wrong. Is it really better? To be frank, yes. I do think that what I got here is gonna work times better. And what we'll be using here is, well, the most basic mechanic of the game, and that is just items. Items on pressure plates, everyone. Everybody knows how to do this. Basically, key comes in, diamond comes out, door opens. Wow! But, more importantly, the door will remain open until this diamond is picked up. But also, if we pick up the diamond and the door closes, and we're on this side of the door, we can just open the door by walking onto the pressure plate ourselves, which is kind of a really cool system, like for what we're trying to accomplish here. If behind the door there is a corridor leading onto this pressure plate, then you genuinely cannot pass down into the corridor without picking back your diamond, without picking back your key item, which is what we want because we don't want people to just lose their key items. And the best part really is that if you do just open the door and then leave without picking up your key items back, that means that in 5 minutes the key item is just gonna despawn right on the pressure plate, locking the passage back up, meaning that more than one player can discover the passage. Yes, the key item will be lost in that case, but at least the system automatically resets. And hey, to not pick the item back in 5 minutes, like, you would have to do that intentionally. Now, we will probably need a much fancier door, but that's what sticky pistons are for. We're just gonna do a little door, see here, you know, the basic jab door or whatever it's called. People have been building these since, you know, the entire redstone thing started. It was a whole thing. And also we don't have quasi-connectivity on this version of the game, so I'll need to also continue this downwards, huh? You just have to add this appendix, like, down below to activate this part of the door. And on this side, it's just a couple repeaters. That's it. This is what the entire redstone community has been fighting about for like 5-10 years. Okay, for the record, this is the door, this is the key. Yeet. And look at that, I messed it up somehow. How did you miss the pressure plate? Come on, dude. You're embarrassing me in front of the entire whole audience. Okay, take number 2. Yeet. And it opens. And I pass. And while I pass, I grab the diamond and it closes behind me. If you don't understand how any of this works, long story short, pressure plate, go burr and door open. I mean, honestly though, the most complicated part is that we will be using books here, not actual diamonds or actual items or whatever. But truth be told, books don't really work that different. Yes, they only stack until like 16, the written ones, but that doesn't really alter redstone that much. If anything, the books actually give us a little bit more to the narrative, to the storytelling, to the explaining to the player exactly what they're supposed to do. Because throwing down here, like any amount of anything, would be very confusing. Like, if that's just a hopper, you either gonna right-click to find out what kind of key is in there and just hack the entire system, which you don't want to be happening. Or, alternatively, if there was just a chest on top of that, you have to be a real big brain to figure it out. However, if there's just a chiseled bookshelf on top of the hopper, then obviously only a book can go into that chiseled bookshelf. So if you already have two secret books that are written books, then obviously you're gonna draw the conclusion that you should probably input that book in here. The beauty of it is that if you enter the wrong book, it won't even suck up into the system. We don't even need to make a return system for anything that's gonna be the wrong kind of a book. The person who inputs the wrong material will just be able to grab it directly from the bookshelf back, and that is just so convenient. And also I'm just really happy that I finally get to use a chiseled bookshelf for something, because the update with it has been like a year ago, maybe even longer, and I still haven't used it for anything ever, and that's just sad. Anyhow, in practice, here's what we got. Doop-de-doop-de-doo, I sure would love to buy some wood that's not spruce. Oh well, I guess this shop only has spruce. Oh, wait a second. Haha, there's a secret passage. Well, there isn't anything in this secret passage because, you know, who would even put another secret passage into a secret passage? That's just like secret passage inception. Unless... Aha! And do you hear it? I absolutely added a musical tone before the door opens. Because I decided to have the book return spot like really far down on the stairway, and as a result it was taking forever for the book to get processed, which I don't mind mind you. I actually kind of like that. I find it funny because as you enter the book, check this out, you basically get just enough time to be like, wait a minute, is it doing anything at all? Like, you get just enough time for doubt to set in, and then it finally opens. Which is kind of why I added the musical tone. It's just taking its time because this is a SloyXP redstone. It's always gonna be slow, just like most Bedrock Edition redstone. Anyway, now that you know how to get here, where is it we're getting? Well, check this out. Going down the stairway, you open this brand new secret world under the pavement. Now, right now we are just below my own shop. We're not really in the community territory, yet. This is the community territory, and I don't have anything built for it yet. This is where I want to put the larger sewer. As soon as I get more wares, as soon as I get more materials, as soon as I get more patient, and as soon as I get more zombies, because yes, the zombies are not here just for giggles. The zombies are here just for giggles. They're all renamed. But, before we get to that, do we have this? We do have this. Dark Market Wood Shop, where obviously you can buy dark oak, or as I like to call it, dark spruce. You can also buy regular spruce in this barrel right here. And this is something that just like tickles me so much. The price down here is 2 stacks per diamond. The price up there is 2 diamonds per stack. Because we're here in the little upside down of the shop, the prices are all reverted. So the prices are also upside down. This is actually a really like insanely good price for wood, because I don't have a wood farm and I have to chop everything by hand. But I honestly think that if you jump through all the hoops, if you found the secret tome, and if you gotten to actually, you know, get in here, if you gotten into the secret area, then you flippin' deserve it, honestly. You can save up some money. Anyway, yeah, the lore of this place is very much that this is a sewer system under the spawn town that got hijacked in a few spots by the local zombie population to have their little black market selling unlicensed wood and other unlicensed things. Yeah, the joke is absolutely that it's like dark oak because it's dark market. You go onto the dark web to buy the dark oak. I also want to sell dark prismarine at some point, and I think it would be very funny to sell blackstone down here as well. But that narrative is only supported by just all the merchants being zombies. Like this guy here. And yeah, you already see the thing that I did here with the name tags. The name tags here are not actually meant to be names. They're meant to be voice lines. So you walk up to this guy, you look at him, and he just goes, "What are you buying?" Or you get to this guy and he just goes, "Take your pick, tourist." Do you walk up to this guy and he just, you know, eats you because, well, clearly he's a cannibal. Yeah, I've not built the shops with them, and I will be probably blocking off this area until I do. But also I don't really have the stock for their shops. I will have to go and actually chop down some more wood. I actually have been in the process of... Hi. Okay, bye. See? Customers, eh? Anyway, I was in the process of like chopping down a local acacia forest to put together enough wood to dump onto this youngin down here. So I wanted him to sell the acacia logs. And that's where this project has been just absolutely grindiest. It's getting all the material to sell. Less so all the material to build, because... And this is delightful, by the way. I got a silk touch pick now. So building this area is incredibly easy, because the material that I have to dig into to create the room is also the material I will be using to decorate the room. Meaning that if anything, I'm getting a healthy supply of stone out of this entire operation. And also stone brick has been basically like a builder's best friend since Minecraft 1.0. So obviously I know how to build with it more or less. I know how cool it can be. And these like dungeons, they're just so fun to put together. Which is why I absolutely got carried away and did like so much off camera. And then the interior of the shop itself was built during a live stream. It did make me want to start streaming on a regular schedule here on YouTube, mind you. Because, yeah, we got quite a few people comment, and it's been just really fun. And that's the story of why the shopping district streets appear to be growling at you. Oh, and there's of course my favorite part. Sloy's wood shop. No illegal activities here, move along. Now you might think that I'm only using zombies for this project because, you know, brand recognition. I mean, look at me. But here's the thing, zombies are actually really good for making a kind of a build or kind of an area feel alive. They are not just mobs, they can pick up items and can be given those, well, at least some of them. And what's even more important, there's a ton of them in this game! They are one of the most common mobs, and also they have so many variants that you can accomplish, sometimes even intentionally. Every villager profession has its own zombified skin, and every biome has its own variant of every villager profession. Then there's drowned, then there's husks, and then... Okay, there are also skeletons, so I'm very much looking forward to somehow getting a new bogged skeleton to show up in this plotline, because I really love just the way they look and just they just really exciting to me somehow. Admittedly, they do shoot you with poison arrows, so you can see why I'd be hesitant to adding them into what's essentially a community area, but I'm sure we can figure something out. I mean, seriously, look at this guy in his hat holding gunpowder. He really does just look like some sort of explosion diffusion professional. But that actually does bring up a very interesting question here. Because right now, my little dungeon down there, my little basement, is actually technically encroaching into the community area too. You see, yeah, most of it is underneath my own shop, but then the expansion that I planned is here under the pavement. And yes, it's the pavement directly in front of my shop, so I should be able to maybe I should be allowed to customize it. Maybe it's still my area, you know? In a truly libertarian world, who does own the roads? But the thing here is that someone still might take offense to that, or maybe somebody also wanted to expand their shop and have a little basement going into that area. And whoa, oh no, there's zombies there, Sloy, damn you. So that could be potentially a problem later on, which is why I'm honestly low-key considering, and hear me out, I know it's gonna sound delicious, I am low-key considering maybe running for the mayor of the shopping district, or at least something like that. That never has been a position on Truly Bedrock, and that's never something that anyone did. But right now, with how just utterly unlit with torches or otherwise the shopping district is, with how the roads are still regular like grass paths and all that, this place really could use some love. And truth be told, throughout this season so far, the shopping district has been basically my baby. There has been a jungle here, it's gone now, I wonder where it went. There was a birch and oak woods down there, I also chopped that down. All of these lanterns is something I placed, trying to just make it a little bit nicer here. Oh, and also I built the only bridge that, you know, lit up. The only bridge that's not constantly bombarded by the creepers is down here. So I do actually have some ground to stand on, which is ironic because I am actively digging under it. Oh, and also I might have lost some votes with the entire gargoyle prank. Yeah, should not have pranked half the solid. But that's absolutely something I want to see discussed in the comments, because you guys, as we have often established, are kind of smarter than me. You actually really do want to discuss that in the comments. Because while I wasn't looking, Liara has brought back something I started as far as Season 0. This right here is the comment library of Truly Bedrock. If you don't know, the comment library is essentially a community building where we as YouTubers will be able to write down and publish just our favorite comments from our comment section. And it's not filled in right now, so you have quite a bit of time to post something. But as soon as this place opens, we will absolutely be filling it in with comments from all our videos, with things you've said or, you know, advised us as we so please. So please, do leave a comment, do leave a like, do subscribe if you aren't subscribed yet. And I think at this point, that's gonna be it for today's video. I am thrilled to make more of this project done. I like it so much. So definitely, to be continued. Have a good one. Bye bye.